What's good, YouTube? I'm back again with another reaction, and let's get into this video, man. Let's see what it's talking about.
They're trusted and they've been in the game as long as they have because it's easy to get started. The advisors are super professional. They make sure they vet their advisors because only 2% of the people who apply to be a psychic with them are actually accepted. It's living before I even told her. I am, of course, partnered with several advisors. So
I had started looking up different things where I can get this man effed up by me. At first, I started writing his name in a journal. That didn't work. It brought him around more, but it just didn't work. I wanted him more upset. I wanted him more into me, and I wanted him around me more. So I went to look into more things. That's when I went to go see a lady about him and about our relationship, and just trying to figure out how can I get this man head over heels for me and nobody else. So I went to a reading lady, and I was telling her like my goals. So she suggested that I start doing period in his spaghetti, and I can do it once a month and it will bring us closer. So I never said nothing to him about it or whatever. I never told him I was going to get readings, but I did notice after my first attempt he started calling my phone a little more to spend more time with me, and I'm like, oh, that's the goal, that's exactly what I wanted. So like, I'm finally getting his attention. Come back for part 2. I put period blood in my baby daddy spaghetti and it backfired on me so bad. Part 2.
What the hell? She said she put period blood in her baby daddy's spaghetti. Man, this is crazy, man.
I don't know if y'all love the way I tell a story. Y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So she said the journal didn't really work, but the spaghetti did. And she said she noticed after that, he really was like giving her the attention that she wanted. Now I'm gonna give y'all a little details on what he looked like. So she said that he's like 6'3", buds, a mouth full of goals, drive a Hellcat, and got so much squeak though. Bitch, the whole city want a piece of him. So she wanted to be his main lady. Now she said she just didn't know what it was about him, but I always wanted to show this boy that she was him. Or her for him, basically. So she said what really, really made her feel like that it was really, really something was that when they went into the store, she said they went into a 7-Eleven and a boy spoke to her. She said that man stopped everything he was doing, stopped paying for the gas, and looked at that man and told him, she with me. So she said, he tall, she's short. So she leaned up against him a little bit while he was paying for the gas. And she said everything in her just made her want to start putting the period blood in everything. Because, like, if
Man,
this how you for to act about me, is if this how protective you for to be over me, I want to see more until him being protective wasn't funny no more. Come back for part 3. I put period blood in my baby daddy spaghetti and it backfired on me so bad. Part 3. I don't know if y'all like the way I tell a story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So she goes on to tell me that, he started liking her so much that she started saving the blood. She started using period cups, saving the blood, putting it in the freezer just to have some throughout the month. And she also said that it hadn't got to a
man, this right here is so ridiculous, man. This is psycho type of shit. If you gotta do that, man, for a man to love you or to keep him, man, you don't need him in the first place.
point where it kind of turned her on. Like she used to watch him eat this food with blood mixed in it. As soon as he get done eating, she'll do anything to distract him from brushing his teeth. She would just, go in the room and make love to him. Now one day she said she get off of work. They only like 8 months in, and she see that he's taking out all his stuff and he's putting it in the house. So she asked him what he doing, and he like, oh, we for the do it, we for the lock in. She said that same night he released himself in her, and they had till the sun came up. And she said every time he never pulled out. Sure enough, that night was the night that she got pregnant. Now she said they like 3 months in, and she's waking up in the middle of the night, sometimes tossing and turning, gotta use the bathroom. And she always noticed him standing over her, watching her, staring. But it always had to be about these candles. Now, she did have candles that she got from the voodoo lady. She said she had 3 of them. One for a relationship, one for money, and one for him just by itself. Now, the lady did tell her, you are not allowed to burn these. Well, you are not allowed to blow these candles out. You got to let these candles burn until you need some more. And that's what she did. But she was just like, bothered. Like, why he always got to stand by the candles every time I wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom? He's staring at me and by the candles. Come back for part 4. I put period blood in my baby daddy spaghetti and it started backfiring on me so bad. Part 4. I don't know if y'all love the way I tell a story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So she goes on to say it got so bad, y'all, he started coming to her job. Like, he's always at her job. He calling the job to make sure she's at work. Like, just popping up, being in the parking lot, making sure she's working. Remember I told y'all that the whole city wanted to mess with him because he got that cheese? He had that squeak though. He was a big dog. He stopped trapping. He was staying home to make sure she wasn't doing anything she wasn't supposed to be doing. Like, he wanted to watch her every move. So she said it got frustrating because now she's 7, 8 months pregnant. This man ain't even paying bills no more. He just laid up on the couch calling her all day, every day while she's at work, popping up to her job, being in the parking lot. Like, I'm talking about straight obsessed. One day she walked in, he's sniffing her underwear. This man is sniffing her underwear, asking her who she been sleeping with. Like, started getting delusional, thinking she messing with everybody. She couldn't go nowhere by herself. He started getting controlling, don't want her around her family. He started tapping in on her phone, asking her to see messages, call logs. Like, he got obsessed with this girl. And it ended up backfiring on her because this is what she wanted, but not like this. It got so bad, y'all, that she said she started paying all the bills by herself. So she tried to tell him, like, hey, look, you know, I'm pregnant, I'm working, all you're doing is sitting home or calling my job, sitting home, calling my job, like, you're going to have to help me. She said that man looked at her dad and his dad in her face and said, the only thing I'm here to do is to make sure you ain't talking to nobody and you is all mine. Come back for part 5. I put period.
But that's what she wanted. And it's backfired 10 to double for what she did. She got him obsessed. It got him acting like a lunatic, all because her selfish acts. That's why you don't do witchcraft. You stay away from that crap, man.
Blood in my baby daddy spaghetti and it backfired on me so bad. Part 5. I don't know if y'all love the way I tell a story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So now it's the day of the baby shower, and she said his mama walked up to her and say, I have never seen my son not willing to make money. I have never seen my son in a space where he didn't want to get his own money. He just in love with a female. Like, my son is really obsessed with you. I never seen him like this. She said that same night she demanded the psychic, the voodoo lady, appointment. Like, I need to talk to you. She said she walked in there, she asked the lady, like, hey, you see I ain't came back after them candles burnt died. I've been slowing up on putting my blood in his food, but will he be in love with me or is he just gonna stay obsessed with me? Because it's giving obsessed. Like, I don't even think he loved me. I think he just genuinely is obsessed with me. And the lady told her, like, no, he'll probably be like that for the rest of his life. He'll probably cheat on you, dog you out, do whatever he want, but he will never be able to stop talking to you. So the girl said she went cold turkey and just decided, you know what, hopefully this stuff wear off and, you know, I'm not going to put no more in his food. She had a baby. They come home from the hospital. She said she woke up in the middle of the night and that man was standing over her with a knife. She said she jumped up and asked him, what are you doing? Why you got a knife in your hand? She said that man looked at her and told her, a knife in my hand, looked down at his hand and said, I don't know. I ain't even realized I had a knife in my hand. Like, what the fuck? She said he wasn't even himself. Then she turned around and said that man looked at her and said, I ain't even realized I had a knife in my hand, but I just can't stomach losing you. She said she sat up in her bed and asked him, what is you on? Like, what type of timing is you on? She said that man looked at her and told her, I don't know, I just really, really love you. Like, I ain't never loved nobody like that. Come back for part 6. I put period in my baby daddy blood and it backfired on me so bad. Part 6. I don't know if y'all like the way I tell a story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So she said as the months went on, it got worse and worse and worse. Like, you know, it was to the point where he was telling her she was spending too much time with their baby. Like, dead ass used to want her to get rid of the baby. Like, send the baby to the grandma. Send the baby to my mom. I want to spend time with you by myself. So she said that started worrying her because, like, if you don't even want me around your baby, like, what's up with you? Nah, mind you, she had to stop putting blood in his food because she realized, like, hey. So she said it's like 2 months and she realized it didn't wear off. She said it got so bad that when she was coming home from work, he made her script right then and there and started to sniff her cat, making sure that she wasn't doing nothing. So she go on and tell him, like, look, you know, I don't know what's going on with you. She know what's going on. But I think we should go our separate ways. Like, I just had the baby. You're not helping me with the baby. You're not helping me on bills. Like, I got to go back to work. I got a script soon as I come through the door. And I just can't take this no more. Like, you tripping like you not yourself. So he looked at her and said, if you think you finna leave me, you and your baby will go missing. She said she looked at me and dad in the eyes and said, you wouldn't hurt us. He said, bet your ass.
Man, she ain't do nothing but turn that man to a psychopath. That's why it's so wrong, man, to sit up and do witchcraft on people, man. And you know, he don't even know what he doing because he up under his spell. You don't do no stuff like that.
Yes, I will. I told you I don't want you with nobody. Y'all, the more and more I read her DM,
Here's a hot take. If you have a message inside you that people are meant to hear, it'll never make the impact that it truly deserves until you have one thing, an audience.
it's crazy. I put period blood in my baby daddy's spaghetti and it backfired on me so bad, part 7. I don't know if y'all like the way I tell the story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but let's get into it. So she ended up getting her apartment, sneaking to get her apartment, and she was just waiting to move in. She put the lease inside the kitchen drawer and, was just waiting on her move-in day. She came home from work and the paperwork was sitting on her coffee table and she knew she was going to have hell to pay. She said that man looked at her and said, oh, you was planning on leaving me? You got another apartment? We was moving or something? You ain't tell me about it. She said before she got a word out, this man took his fist and boom. That's all she could remember. When she woke back up, that man was standing over her letting her know, I will take you out. She said she was shaking so bad, said he had the baby hanging over her head, so he'll put the baby in the oven right now. Say he won't. So she went to chase him, crying, yelling, please don't do this. Like, please put my baby down. Like, don't put my baby in the oven. Like, it was a joke. I wasn't going nowhere. Me and you was gonna move together. I just want to surprise you. And, for a new environment, said he put the baby down and said, oh, well, why you ain't say nothing? So she was like, yeah, you tripping. I was for the move and surprise you with our new place. It's bigger. It's, we had the baby or whatever. She said she had to think of something real fast for this man to calm down because she knew. She seen the anger in his eyes. She seen the black. She seen this man was for to get ready to take her and her baby out. So she was like, she was thinking about calling the police. She was thinking about telling other people. But who do you tell when you know for a fact you are the reason he's acting the way he act? So she said she just went to praying to God, dropping to her knees, asking God, like, how do I get this man to be not as obsessed with me? Like, how do I turn off love? Like, how do I stop this? I know this is what I wanted, but this is not what I wanted. She said, so she started sitting up at night praying. She started, gathering little stuff here and there, sneaking it out her house and taking it to her mama's house because she was planning on her exit. Like, she just knew for a fact she had to get from around him. How she was gonna do it, she don't know, but she knew it was gonna be life or death. Come back for part 8. I put period blood in my baby daddy's spaghetti and it backfired on me so bad, part 8. I don't know if y'all like the way I tell the story or y'all just want me in y'all business, but she goes on to say every day she started taking little stuff to her mama's house. Everything that was left at the apartment was just going to be the, she took the stuff that she really needed or wanted, like her paperwork, her birth certificate, stuff like that. But anything that she didn't need, she was going to, keep at the apartment. He could have it. She don't want it. And she was just planning her exit. She said this man never act like he noticed she was taking anything, never act like anything around the house was missing. He never questioned her about it at all. So she thought she was slickering him. She thought she had outslicked the slicker. This is going to finally be her time to get away from this crazy ass man, obviously. She said one day she getting off of work and her car would not work at all. Like, none of the lights would come on. It wouldn't turn over. She knew it wasn't started. She was trying to figure out why her car didn't have no power at all. She getting ready to get out the car and he looking dead at her. He's standing in the doorway. He holding up her battery and asked her, you got somewhere to go? She was like, I was going to work. Why did you take my battery out? He was like, are you leaving? Because I noticed little stuff around the house being missing. So he said, she told him, look, I don't got time for that. Put the battery back in the car. I'm going to work. I don't know what you're talking about. She said that man grabbed her by her neck, split her throat from one end to another. And by the grace of God, she's still here. He's locked up for life in prison. And that is why she would never go out her way to do nothing desperate like that for a man again. And if it wasn't for the next door neighbor.
Man, that's crazy, man. She ruined that man's life. It turned him to a psychopath. And he ended up getting a bad end of the stick. he ended up going to prison for the rest of his life because you got some women out here or certain people out here, I ain't gonna just say women because it's men that do it too, that rather do witchcraft to make a person stay with them than have it authentic. Crazy, man.
Neighbor sitting outside on her porch like she do every morning. She don't even think she'll make it. She said she look at her scars every day and realized that was like the most craziest, desperate thing she had ever did that really turned around and backfired on her. Y'all gotta write me on IG if y'all need me to do y'all story. This is crazy. Do not be crazy for love, y'all. I was like, bitch, what? She was like, yes. I felt so bad, but she's alive. He got life, and that was crazy.
Have mercy on it all. This is why I tell y'all to just stop doing shit. This is why I tell y'all to stop doing shit. Do you understand what you're really doing whenever you add period blood into somebody's spaghetti? Now, I've heard about this my whole life. It is rooted in the South. It works. I'm not going to lie to you. It works. But that person will legitimately love you to death. Let me tell you something. Blood magic, because that's what that is. It's potent, it's real, and it's binding. And whenever you bind somebody to you and you bend their will to the point of no return, it becomes emotionally, physically, and spiritually dangerous. It is the fastest way to destroy your life physically and karmically. Period blood specifically, okay, just period blood, is considered life force energy because you have to think about why you have your period. And it's usually used, if it's even used, it's rarely used in ethical, balanced, and consensual conjure. So when you sneaking period blood into someone's food, you are essentially creating a spiritual contract between two parties where one never agreed to it. Their spirit did not consent to it. Their ancestors did not consent to this.
This is just crazy, man. What they gonna tell y'all, man? Don't ever do that.
And your ancestors are side-eyeing you like you have 3 titties, sister. This type of non-consensual bond does not invite love. It invites, cultivates chaos. And it will backfire. It's not if. It will backfire because you are bending someone's free will. In conjure, doing this, it causes spiritual whiplash. Meaning instead of love, you get paranoia, insecurity, conflict, obsession. The person will turn from possessive to angry as hell. Blood magic is like gasoline. Would you pour gasoline on a fire? No. Food conjure is permanent. Okay? It's permanent, y'all. Even her going back to the little juju lady, she was like, listen, you on your own, sister. And it's very, 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 very hard to uncross it. Because you got to figure it like this. A candle can be reversed. A jar can be buried. A spell can be uncrossed. But blood in the body, that's binding someone from the insides. I have heard people trying to uncross themselves from this type of crossing, and it took years and years and years to uncross themselves. And not only the victim, it took years, but the practitioner, the person that did it, they get their ass turned every way but loose. And it takes them even longer to reverse it. Not only will their ancestors beat your ass, your own ancestors will whoop your ass over doing something like this. Ancestors do not like trickery, and they will correct you. Because an old school worker with good ethics, good iwapele, will tell you don't be running around feeding people things that you would not consume yourself. Because it violates spiritual ethics, it breaks ancestral code, and it invites parasitic energies into the relationship, low vibrational energies. True love magic should magnetize, grow, not trap. If you got to do all of that for that man, then you need to leave him alone. You need to seek therapy and see what is it about you that just cannot take no for an answer. Because really, that means your self-esteem is low. Because you are willing to go to the pits of hell and put your body fluids in someone's food. Like, are you cool? And I know we rarely ever talk about like the blowbacks, the actual spiritual blowbacks of doing things like that. You know, the man, he becomes just a crash out, woman becomes a crash out, whatever the case is. But they also feel imprisoned. It's like they know they don't like you. They know they don't like you, but because you did that, it makes them think that they own you. It is literally crossing yourself. Nobody talks about the womb issues you may experience after doing that. Infertility, cysts, irregular period cycles, fibroid cysts popping up out of nowhere, being diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome out of nowhere. Why would you ever put yourself at risk for that? It also ties you to their karmic baggage, their generational curses, their blues, their trauma, and their addictions, because that is exactly what blood is. It's everything that their ancestors and they've already experienced or are going to. So now you are carrying around spiritual luggage that is not yours, baby. You have signed a contract with them. You are now spiritually married to them. You start having nightmares. You start dreaming of them. This energy is so draining and problematic. Do not do this. The only love working that I would ever recommend is a sweetener. And that's if you're in a very committed relationship, something like a fiance or a husband, or if you're not the type to go get married, someone that you know that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And that is not necessarily a love spell. Sweetener spells is just simply sweetening what you are.
Forget all of that, man. You shouldn't be doing this at all, man. Ain't no such thing as good magic. I don't care what nobody say. The Bible speaks of that. Sorcery, witchcraft, you know what I mean? Ain't none of that's good. So, matter of fact, I'm just gonna end this video right here. Please don't get influenced about whatever you just watched on this. It's just for entertainment purpose only for me to let people know, like, how willing people would do a certain thing to another person to get for their selfish reasons, for they self. Y'all just catch me in the next video, man. If you have not subscribed to what's happening, man, hit that subscribe button, man. It is free. Show your boy some love. Peace.
Already have. You guys are